Hello everybody, Elijah here. Welcome you all to another Granblue Fantasy video. And today we're going to be talking about the light favored Guild Wars. It was my very first Guild War, my experience, how it went, did I place, what went down. Like we're going to be talking about all the things that light Guild Wars, MVPs, my grid setups, my teams that I used throughout of this, and just how it went all together. Um, and an hour from now, we're also going to be doing, or at least this video is not going to be an hour long, hopefully, but we're going to be doing our final, final rally or whatever. We're going to be doing that together here on this video and seeing how that goes. I don't know how it's going to be. All I got to say is, just to start this off, that bunny is so aggravating. I hope, I really just hope that for future Guild Wars, I don't have to deal with some annoying evasion mechanic. I hope that isn't like the norm for all like Guild Wars. Let me know down in the comments below if that is the norm that I'm just gonna expect. If I don't one-shot it in like the first, turn or so, then it's gonna have some crazy evasion buff, and that's gonna just ruin my day because that was so aggravating seeing 0 damage across the board because I just could not hit it. So it was just like the worst thing ever, especially as a newer player and I'm just trying to like farm and I just can't. But unfortunately, we did lose. Yesterday we did lose. Oopsie. But we did get some loot. My guild, we are tier 3. Not tier 3, tier C. Um, and we should soon have the final rally thing and whatnot. But I did get all my chest. Okay, so hold on. I guess I should start here. For Guild War, my very first Guild War, there are some goals that I had in mind. That was getting my Revenant weapons. It was getting all my chest, and ideally getting 800,000 total honors, but I just couldn't do it. I ran out of time. I fell asleep. There were several days of Guild Wars where I just went to sleep and I missed like hours of farming. If I had those hours of farming in, I would have reached that 800k, but I think sleep is a little bit more important than a video game, okay? I think sleep is a little bit more important. So yeah, I had to get some rest. But my last day, I really pushed through. This is like the most honors I did in one day in like one sitting. But yeah, it was really rough. Um, it was a lot of fun though, for the most part. It was really stressful. I will say that because at first, in the beginning, I was really trying to like place and this is where I ranked. Woohoo. I was really trying to place in the top what was it? The top 1800. And I'm not that far off, right? When I go over my weapon grids and my units that I have, you will see that like I could have been there if I just had better gear and units. I could have definitely made the top 1800s, but I just did not have the gear or the units, and it just was not working out for me. So sucks to suck, but I did a total of 1,873 battles. Oh my gosh, and it was a lot. It was a lot of battling, let me tell you. But yeah, now I have a better idea of how guild wars work. The first day, you kind of just want to farm a ton of meat, so you don't have to farm it at all any other day. And then you just want to go to like whatever the highest difficulty of like what you can do when it comes to like, either where is this 90, 95, 100, 150, 200, and you just want to farm that, right? Using all your meat and just blowing all your meat onto that, right? So that's kind of how it went, or how I'm processing how Guild Wars go for the time being until I guess we see. I think the next Guild War is supposed to be Dark Favored, so looking forward to that and seeing how that goes. My crew, we were, this is where we place, in the rankings, so there's that. At least we're not like dead last, so woohoo. At least we are not dead last. We won the first one. We won our first one, and then, it was a little shaky, and then it got shaky again, and then, yeah. it just got worse and worse and worse. This one was kind of close though. This one was kind of close, but I again, both of these days I fell asleep early and I just was not putting in any more effort. Well, not this day. It was really these 2 days. I fell asleep pretty early. They had nearly like mopped the floor with us. And this crew, there's only like 5 people in this crew, which I thought was kind of funny given their name. And like they really put in work. Back to loot. But the reason why I want to hit 800K or 800 million, not K, 800 million was for the stands. I was really close to getting there, but I couldn't push through any longer. I couldn't do it. If I could have, if I was like, if I didn't sleep those past 2 days, I probably could have gotten these like last couple million honors, but like I just had to get some sleep. Um, I don't know how people are doing, how people will regularly compete super hard. But again, if you have like a better team, you can just farm the higher stuff and get way more honors with a lot less farming because, and I guess I'll go over how my matches went. I could not one shot any of the like anything. Like I could not one shot literally anything for what I was doing. Oh boy. Oh wow. That's crazy. That is so crazy because before I went to sleep, like at the end, I was here. I was up in here and I was like, okay, this is fine. I didn't make it to I didn't make it to the top 1400. Oh wait, no, no, no. This is wrong. This is wrong. This is wrong. Okay, here we go. I was looking at this. I was like, wait, am I going crazy? Yeah, I was looking at the crew thing. This is where I was. Okay, this is where I am. I was like, oh, I couldn't make it to here. I really wanted to make it here to the top 1800, get the 1,000 crystals and stuff like that. But seeing where I am and how I did, and just knowing that with a better weapon grid and units, I definitely could make it to like here pretty easily. I wasn't really too worried. I wasn't too pressed. But we did make it here, which is like pretty nice. We get our little one of these items, either the 5 silver moons or 1 gold moon. Either one doesn't really matter for me at the current moment. Like I think I honestly need more silver moons than anything. I mean, I'll get those, like, but I think I need more just to get just other stuff because I just don't have anything. But yeah, outside of getting on my chest, I guess I could show you guys the weapons that I got throughout all the farming I did. So here we go. I did manage to get a fully uncapped, well, not fully uncapped, but 3-star uncapped Great Ways Star Sword Celestial Weapon. This is my very first one. I did manage to, and I think I purchased all of these, so like I just got it because you get like what? I think you need what 15 times 4 is 60. I can need like 60 of the crystal things or whatever to buy them all. And I managed to get all 60. So that's nice. And then I did get one celestial weapon drop being this one. I did get this from a drop. That's pretty nice. And then I also got a gun, one of these guns from a drop, as well as one of these bows as a drop. So I got like 3 weapon drops, 2 weapon drops, and one of the celestial weapon drops. And then I farmed for all of these to be fully 3-star on cap. Like all of these that you're seeing, I like farmed for it. There was no drops. There was no me just getting an easy way out. No, I had to farm and reset boxes for all of those and get that done because I wanted to make sure I have all of their base weapons. And then I started the procedure of leveling up and enhancing the weapon for Song because I want to recruit Song first, but I think I might wait and do the guy. I can't remember what the guy's name is. It's his weapon's the fist. This is his weapon, I'm pretty sure. And he's like the dark element person. I think this is his weapon. I hope it's his weapon. But because the next Guild War is going to be dark, and I'm assuming that he's probably going to be good in it because he's like the Dark Eternal or whatever, I might just wait on Song and then do him first. I can't remember what his name is, but I might do. Is it like Socks or something? I feel like I want to say Socks, but I might just do him first. As you can see, I was just getting more bows because you need like 40 of these, or actually 80 technically, to fully awaken Song or whatever. So you need like 80 of these bows. So I was just farming those up. But yeah, might do Song or do the other guy first. I don't know yet. We'll have to see when I get there on our next Guild War, being Dark Guild War, when I start getting an idea of what I want to do for that. But those are my weapon drops. And now let's go over, I can go over my team that I use, my MVPs, what I had going on when it came to like my weapon grid at the current moment, and just seeing all that kind of stuff. Okay, so no, I did not use Kingo in this. I used Relic Buster, and this was my general setup for the most part, right? Horus was definitely MVP. Lucio was also definitely MVP. And then I, depending on what battle we were doing, I would swap between these two. If I'm going for something more faster, I would use him for like my earlier lower tier fights. But when I was doing like level 200 or Nightmare 150, 200, I was using Cagliostro because, again, I could not solo it. So I was doing it as a, well, I could solo it. It just took a long time to solo. And one of the perks of a Cagliostro is that because in longer fights, she does end up getting this, which is really a nice like save for your entire light team, and cooldowns for skills, like a bunch of other fun stuff. So I was like using her interchangeably with this other guy, this dude. I don't know why she's here. She's just there just to be there. Actually, she normally should be. Let me change her out real quick. Because what she should be, or what she was, um, the person that was in place here for the majority of the guild war was the guy that boosts item drop rates. Um, what is his name? Richard? I think it's Richard. Yeah, it's Richard. Yeah, this is who was here normally. He was who. This is like how my team actually was set up. It just looked like this, and I would switch these two depending on if I was doing a long match or a short match, just depending. So even though they kind of like both work for long form content, but yeah, that's kind of what I was doing for the time being. And when it came to my Relic Buster setup, I just had this miserable miss. I did not have this for majority of. I had the increase thing, the what is it? The bounty hunter. I think you guys know what it is. What increases the bounty for certain weapon drops or whatnot. Like that's what I had for the most part throughout all of this. And weapons. Okay, so I did not have this here for this was like the last day I put this here. But before I had this, which kind of do the same thing, like sort of, right? Increase, stats based on the amount of swords there are. But I basically had, and as you can see, power level goes down by a lot. But this was basically my setup for doing a majority of the guild stuff throughout all of this. And then I switched this out once I got my full celestial weapon. Then I switched it out to that. And I was doing a little bit more damage, but it still wasn't really doing too much of a difference. But these are what I got going on here. This is here because I don't have another one of these swords. Unfortunately, if I had another one, a third one would be here. I would actually argue that a fourth one would also be here in this setup, but I just don't have it, unfortunately, you know. I'm using what I got, okay? And this I got from the anniversary as well as this. These two, they are not fully uncapped or awakening and all that kind of stuff because, again, don't have enough of them. Have not been getting too lucky on those drops, but I will start working on that now that Light Guild War is over. I can actually start farming for these things. But yeah, let me go ahead and change this back so I don't forget. And then when it comes to my summon setup, we have 000, the summon that you get from that one um arcane, I think, something like that. And then, you know, this summit right here, which is not awakened. I know it should have been. I just don't have. I'm really hoping that the next Guild War is dark favored because I'll get a ton of the light quartz because I have none. And I just there's no way I'm farming 500 of these just like by just farming them. Like there's no way that's happening. But yeah, I would totally have this uncapped if I could. If I could, I would. I totally would. I think that's everything in regards to my Guild Wars setup, how I did in Guild Wars, how my experience was. It was okay. It was a little stressful because there was just a ton of farming and I was just completely new to it. I didn't know what to expect. So it was kind of like I guess like a slap in the face a little bit. But I did accomplish majority of the goals that I would say a new player would want to accomplish. And the main one is just getting your very first um, celestial weapon, at least 3-star on cat, like fully, you know, maxed out or whatever. Obviously not 4-star on cat because again, you would need like another guild war before you can get to that point. But just getting it to here, level 100, at least one of the weapons is very, very nice. And then, you know, I got one weapon drop. I got one celestial weapon drop, which is also really cool. And then like getting my weapons for these heroes, these heroes that are soon to show up. I said my goals. Yeah. Um, yeah, getting her stuff together and all kind of good stuff. So we're gonna skip ahead in the future